Hey guys, it's Navanad. I don't have any really specific plan for this video. Um, I think I'm just gonna play, and well, for starters, I'm gonna get rid of this in the background because that's annoying. Sorry. There we are. But maybe just talk through my process. Okay, so when he check calls the flop, he's got like a lot of ace-x in his range and small pairs. So when he makes this blocking bet, when the queen comes out, I think he's got a hand like ace 10, king 10, fairly often here. And I usually would not raise for value here, but I do think that this is a spot that we can raise for value just because his range seems pretty face up. And now I think we just lose the pot, but like maybe this $20 bet is hoping to get me to spaz raise, which is what it may have looked like I did on the turn. But I mean, you know, I'm getting what 19 to 1 or something, so we'll call. Okay, so that makes, I mean, none of it made sense. It's terrible poker, but I mean, it kind of made sense also the way he played the hand. I mean, I understand what he was thinking. When I say it made sense, I mean, I can understand what he was thinking. He just didn't want to pay a big bet off when the queen came, when he had a top pair on a paired board. But then he did it anyway, and that's what you'll find a lot of times is fish will make, and he's clearly going to be a fish at this point. Fish will make a lot of like blocking bets intended to stop you from making a raise because they don't want to check and call a bigger bet, or they're trying to stop you from betting, I guess I should say. But then if you raise, they just call you anyway. So. Yeah, the board state's gotten a little different, but not much. I mean, I don't know what hand he can credibly rep that he would have checked back on the flop. I don't think he would have checked back, really. I mean, what is he repping here? It went check, check. So he can't have like a 10 jack. I mean, the number of 10x combos that should be in his range. I mean, I guess if he just like limped in some kind of like 10-4 suited or something, but I'm gonna look him up once. So he open limped king 10 on the button. Okay. All right. So just we just have to understand this guy has super wide range, a super wide range in virtually all spots now. In a lot of ways, that means that we're just playing our hand. So we check back the ace high because, number one, there's not many hands to bet and get value from other than draws. And number two, if we bet against a draw, I think we get check raised often enough and have to fold the best hand that we're better off just checking back. And also, I mean, just straight up and down, ace high on this board is not that valuable. If we can get it to showdown without having to face a bet, that'd be fantastic. This is a terrible run out for our hand. He can have anything, but anything. I mean, our hand is probably not even a favorite against a random hand had he not even bet, but once he bets, we can shift his hand a little bit more towards value, and we can lay this down. That's just like a board that's hard to miss. 3 diamonds and what, 4 to a straight. We had none of it. Okay, this is kind of an interesting spot. I'm gonna lead here. A straight. We had a flush, like a small flush with a straight flush draw, and I think we've got a fishy opponent who's going to just call with all kinds of hands. I bet kind of big there, hoping that he had made 2 pair or straight. I'm going to try to open a limping range against this guy. I expect he's going to let me, and I could be wrong. Okay, we won't try that again. There's not enough to be gained by having a limping range. I mean, even though we may have just ran into a legitimate hand, it's probably not worth it to try opening a limping range against a player who has shown to be aggressive even one time. Unless we get sort of the perfect limping hand. Like, I might try it again if I have a hand that can limp call, like maybe a 9-8 offsuit or like a 7-5 suited type hand. Okay, so, now we could c-bet. We could take the free card. And this guy's kind of fishy. And I think if we bet, we're really just betting kind of as a bluff, but we're really going to only get worse hands to fold. And I'd rather start building a pot once we improve to something like a second nut flush. And this may look weird to him. I don't know if he plays enough to realize that. I don't know if he plays enough to expect me to c-bet my flush draws. But certainly it would look like a strange thing to me. If I was him, I wouldn't believe that Navanad could have the flush. This is pretty thin because now we clearly do not have the nuts. But I mean, there really is only one combo, King of Diamonds, X of Diamonds, that beats us. And there are so many second best hands, sets, and flushes that I think he will call with. So sometimes we run into it here, but I think on all, it's a good value jam. Yeah, I mean, and he shows it, like, look at me, how unlucky I got. But he clearly overplayed his hand. He did not have to go broke there by any stretch. I mean, I don't know, like, even my raise with the queen high flush was pretty thin. So his call with the 9 high flush was super thin. And his line was just too aggro. So that was a player that just didn't understand showdown value. He didn't know how to frame his hand properly. So I think then what I'm gonna do, well, what you've already seen, if I did in fact do it, there's like a time travel aspect to this. I'm gonna go back now and put the call outs in. That's what you've been watching. And the question, is, and if you need to rewatch this entire video, and really ask yourself at every point in the match, what kind of hand do we have? Do we have showdown value? Do we have a bluff? Do we have a semi-bluff? Or do we have like a strong value hand? So value, showdown value, draw, air. And what should we do with each part of our range against each different type of opponent? And I can say pretty safely now that this opponent is a kind of like button clicky calling station, just a fish, a bad player who doesn't understand the game very well. So he's gonna have wide ranges. He's gonna take hands too far. He's gonna value own himself. He's not like hyper aggressive with air. He just overvalues his value hands, right? Like, he's gonna look at a hand like top pair and think that it's like the nuts, or like a flush on a 3 flush board where the only hands I was repping really were better flushes than what he had, and he still decides to get all the money